I'm here on the north side of the chapel on Mississippi State's campus, and you can see there are 4 cars that have been impacted by this oak tree that has fallen. This morning, his phone was pinged here in Ackerman at this Chevron station. This Chevron is right at the corner of Highway 12 and Highway 15. You can't get enough of me, you can't get enough of Market Street. But can y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? What? That's my stomach. Yeah, it's time for me to go. I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Wait, you're leaving. Wait. He's leaving.
I can tell you that looks can be deceiving. I know y'all see the flashing lights and a lot of people, but we are not at a crime scene. We are at the Wassel Fest here in downtown Columbus. Now, the call came in at 1:41 this afternoon saying that someone had been shot. When police officers and sheriff's deputies came to the scene, they saw that a black male was suffering from a gunshot wound. Now, these fans, they're excited to watch the Omaha game. You see them cheering behind me as Ole Miss takes on Arkansas for the 2nd time in Omaha. They believe, and also the fans I talked to earlier, they believe that Ole Miss can make it over the hump and win the national championship. Both sunflowers in Columbus have not seen any problems getting eggs in. However, the bird flu has caused store operators to make sure that they're looking at the quality of their eggs that they are giving out to the customers. Main Street Presbyterian served as a cooling shelter at the beginning of the week, but they ran into one issue: finding volunteers to help monitor people that are coming in and out of the church. And this will go on from 2 until 5 tomorrow. Reporting live in Columbus, Desmone Matthews, WCBI News. Be sure to come out and play some kickball.
Mississippi State former head coach Mike Leach was known for coaching on the sidelines and his entertaining sound bites before, after, and sometimes during the games. His death took many in the sports world by surprise. On Tuesday, Leach was remembered for all that he's meant to college football, Mississippi State, and those fans.
Mike Leach's impact went further than just the football field. People from all over the country came to Humphrey Coliseum to celebrate his life and legacy.
And I'd heard stories also that he was a well-rounded individual, and I like that about what I heard about him because he didn't necessarily live and breathe football.
The conference needed a Mike Leach type of personality in the fraternity, and I became a big fan of Mike years before he came to Mississippi State. But when he came to Mississippi State, every Sunday morning during football season, I'd get up, have my coffee, and watch the press conferences.
Former and current players of Leach, as well as colleagues and friends, told stories about what he meant to them. For Lisa Jones, she didn't know much about Coach Leach, but her son played for Leach at Texas Tech. She says she and her son could not miss the opportunity to be in his presence one more time.
He thought he was the greatest coach of all times, and he's told me so many stories on the drive down. And he's just been really torn up. He lost his dad a month to the day that Coach Leach died, so he lost 2 really impactful people to him. So it was just important for us to come pay our respects.
Leach's impact spread beyond Starkville while he was here. Former West Point Mayor Robbie Robertson says his first encounter with Coach Leach was one that he would never forget.
I just never knew he was so personable. A lot of people call it inquisitive. He came right over to me and my grandson, started talking to us, asking us all about West Point, what kind of town he was. He loved it. He liked what it looked like, what was it like to live there. And he took my grandson, said, "Why don't we take a picture?"
Telling your story on the campus of Mississippi State University, Desmone Matthews, WCBI News. Each year presents new challenges, new opportunities, and even some new faces in higher places. For West Point Consolidated School District, they're seeing a familiar face just in a different office.
Hello, Jermaine Taylor speaking.
Jermaine Taylor took over as superintendent July 1st, but he has worked his way through the ranks over the years.
Taylor made his way to the top seat in 4-year increments, where he started off here at 5th Street Junior High School as assistant principal for 4 years before becoming principal here for 4 years. Then he went to the high school, where he held the same title for 4 years before moving up to the assistant superintendent spot. He filled that role for, you guessed it, 4 more years. Then former superintendent Burnell McDonald retired, which allowed Taylor to move up 1 more position.
Being in different places, you just learn. Each place is absolutely different. In the same district, 2 different schools, but the culture, everything is different. So being able to be a part of multiple different settings has really helped in this role.
Taylor says he's excited to take the new seat because he was a student at each of the schools. So to see it from a new point of view just comes full circle. Teaching students has changed over the years, so Taylor says he and his team plan to adjust with the times and take some chances.
We're ramping up our efforts in technology. We've been doing that slowly over the years. Even when I was principal, we were trying to get more technology in the hands of kids, teachers. We want to take advantage of that, but we want to also, we don't want to be afraid to try new things.
Taylor says he knows that with the good comes some bad, but when times get tough, he knows that he has a reliable staff and a strong faith.
For me, begin the day with prayer. Before I even step in a building, and it's been that way, I have a talk with God. That's kind of keeps me going, keeps me grounded.